TMR gang is about to go live online. Catch the video stream of the hottest and most awarded morning program on Philippine FM radio. The Morning Rush. Straight from the Monster Facebook page at RX931, the Monster YouTube channel at RX931, and twitch.tv/Monster RX931. Time to have fun with hosts Chico, Hazel, and Marky. Join the TMR gang now. Stand by and enjoy the program. The TMR gang is about to go live online. Catch the video stream of the hottest and most awarded morning program on Philippine FM radio. The Morning Rush. Straight from the Monster Facebook page at RX931, the Monster YouTube channel at RX931, and twitch.tv/Monster RX931. Time to have fun with hosts Chico, Hazel, and Marky. Join the TMR gang now. Stand by and enjoy the program.
Monster RX93.1. You just heard something from Rich Brian, Sundance Freestyle. We also played something from Drake before that. Jimmy Cooks featuring 21 Savage and Chris Brown and Vito's Do You Mind? 9/11. Welcome to hour number 4 of the Morning Rush. You've got me, Hazel Hottie, flying solo in the booth today. But Chico will be joining us shortly on Facebook Live. And of course, we will have our interview with Simon MEE from Australian Survivor. I know you guys are excited for that. But before we get to that, let's say good morning to everybody in the comment section. First, hello to Mai. Good morning. And Mai says, shout out to my recent ex who got engaged last weekend. Congratulations. Congratulations, I guess. Hello to Emerson and what's up to Timothy. Then Olan Ray Manuel. What's up to Marky? Mark Capistrano. Hello to Bernard Lorejas. Okay. Looks like he's ready to join us. Hello.
Hello.
There you are. Look at you in orange.
I know, right?
Very summery.
You know how like every time I go to work, I'm always like in like all black. But like now I'm in sparkling orange.
I love it. I live. So everybody's wondering, like, where's Chico? Well, for those who missed it, because we did announce it last Friday, didn't we?
We sorta, yeah, we did towards the end before we said goodbye.
He's in Boracay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we were supposed to do Marky's birthday episode today, but he's not here. So we're maybe gonna do that.
Where is he?
I don't know. I'm asking him the same thing. I was fully prepared for how Marky are you as the topic, but maybe we'll do that tomorrow if he comes in. But anyway, let's continue the greets. Hello to Ricardo, to Mitch, and what's up to Bernard Lorejas. Hello to Vanjo, all the way from Melbourne, Australia. Hello to Jeff, and what's up to Man? We miss you, Man.
Hello,
good morning.
Man.
Hi to Jeff Bancho, to Christine, to Ariel, and to ODH, and to Jane. Everybody on Twitter as well. And I heard they're all so stoked. So why don't we introduce our what's in the face? Okay, for those wondering, we did this interview last Friday.
Yes.
FYI, yes, we yeah. So basically, like Thursday night, I was trying to call Chico. I was messaging Chico. I was like, "Where are you?" Yeah, and that's because yeah, we were talking to Simon and he said yes
Oh
to this interview and we're so excited. We can't wait for you to hear about all his like survivor insights cuz we asked him survivor questions and of course other questions as well. And yeah, what can you say, Chico?
You know what? FYI, hindi ko na kwento sa'yo kasi I was like, I experienced possibly one of the worst headaches I have ever experienced in my life.
When? That night?
Like right, like after, siguro kasi after the interview, we went to the mall, we had to do some stuff. Like during the mall until the evening, like debilitating. I couldn't even open my eyes, level
What?
headache. To the point that diba? This was a Friday, right?
Yeah,
Friday ba? Tama ba? So
Friday.
Friday, no? Like by the time we finished dinner, I was like, I can't. I need to lie down for a while and just close my eyes because
Oh no.
it's like a jackhammer in my head, right? So I closed my eyes at around 6:30 p.m. We had an early dinner. I woke up around 7:30 a.m. the next day.
AM.
Like
Oh wow.
13 hours of like because it was so painful, like the worst headache.
I
Sabi
think
ni Baby Will,
oh,
na-stress ka yata kay Simon.
baka yun yung crash after like such a high, alam mo yon
Right?
after
I don't
because
know. I'm just saying I just had a really terrible headache the entire day
mm,
after Simon.
pinasakit niya yung ulo mo.
I, more than you know, girl.
So why don't we go ahead and play
Yes,
the interview so
please.
everybody can enjoy it, and then we'll of course just be here and we will talk about it after as well. All right.
Okay, okay.
So everybody, let's get on with today's special guest. We've got Simon Me from Australian Survivor joining us on the Morning Rush. Here we go. Enjoy.
RX93.1. And this was the big surprise that we have been just itching to tell you guys. We have a very special guest.
I know,
So
you
we're
can
so
see the
excited.
smile on our
I know.
faces because we're
I
totally
know.
stoked and we've been looking forward to this. And finally, it's time for the big reveal. Our guest today on the Morning Rush with Chico and Hazel is the one and only Simon Me from Australian Survivor.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? It's so good to be
Oh
here. How are we?
my gosh.
Welcome to the show. It feels so weird just because we've spent like the past, I don't know, three,
Follow the
4 weeks
morning
just
rush.
talking about you, like, because we've been watching it and we've only recently gotten into Australian Survivor. And I have to give props to our listeners. We call them the Rushers because they were the ones who convinced us to start watching Australian Survivor because we're big fans of Survivor, period, but never got to try Australian Survivor. But because of like all the buzz, we were like, I got curious, and so I was like, okay, I'll watch it, and I was
That's
hooked
so
after the first
cool.
episode.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, to all the rushers out there who've been watching the season and supporting me, thank you very much because it's been so much fun. And yeah, it's been like the Philippines have a huge like there's a lot of people who do love Survivor, so it's awesome. And then for like our little show in Australia to get recognition around the world, it's really cool. So thank you very much everyone for all the messages, and it's awesome to chat to you all today.
All right. So how does it work? Like you've been to Survivor twice. You've done Survivor twice. So what's it like the moment you go back to real life? I mean, when you're there, we hear it a lot. Even the US Survivor, Australian Survivor, like you can't wait to get back to civilization, take hot showers, eat nice food.
Yeah.
But is there like a part of you that kind of misses it, that kind of looks for it when you wake up in the morning?
Yeah, it's a really weird sensation because you're so removed from everything in your life. You can't talk to family or your friends. You've got no phone, you've got no social media, you've got no like routine in terms of your diet and anything like that. And it's just, but you also don't have to go to work. You don't have to worry about paying bills or the day-to-day grind of everyday life. But then you get used to the simplicity of island life and being inside the game. And then you kind of come out and it's just everything is so overwhelming. The first thing is food. Like you just want to eat because you've just been so deprived of food for so long. And don't get me wrong, like I love coconut as much as the next person, but like you get sick of it after a while. And then you come back, so you load up on food and you're just craving sweet things. So many people go for like the chocolate and the lollies straight away. But then when you just want to get clean, shave, shower, like that's really important. That's really cool. And then after that, you're like, oh, what next? You go to your phone. I think the first thing I did, I went to my phone, and then when you switch that on, it's almost overwhelming. Like you've got this influx of information coming at you, and it's like, wow, it gives you a real appreciation for the simple things in life, and you don't need much to be happy. And when you've got, your social media starts popping off and your messages from friends and family start coming at you again, it's like, I didn't miss like the human interaction. Like that was actually just really nice having that the whole time. But then there's so much to kind of catch up on and stuff at the same time. But even just holding a phone in your hand and looking at it, it's a weird sensation. And considering it's something that we do every day, it's just so wild to have such a change of pace in life.
Speaking
Right.
of disconnect.
You're a little choppy, Chico.
Yeah, Chico, I've just
little
lost you.
wonky.
I just lost you on that one, Chico.
Okay, so like for example, was there a disconnect between what you did on the island and when you were back in civilization and you started getting?
Oh,
Oh no.
I've lost him there as
Okay.
well.
Okay, this is what internet is like in Manila. We apologize. It's a little faulty. Okay, but while we wait for Chico to get his connection back, I want to ask, like, do you have any particular memory from this season or your first season playing that's like your favorite memory while playing Survivor?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different elements that I've just absolutely fallen in love with the game, and so many cool things that happen out there, and many of them like don't happen on TV. But something that there's always really special to me is the challenges. Like I love the challenges, and that's
Challenge
how
beast.
yeah. That's what when I was 10 or 11, like growing up, like that's why when I would watch Survivor, like that's why I fell in love with it, to do the challenges. But the thing that I probably like remember the most in my favorite moments is watching people overcome what things that they didn't think they'd be capable of. And like some of those challenges for me aren't challenging to an extent. Like even when we're in the outback in my first season in Cloncurry, like we're even swimming in a dam, like that's not overwhelming for someone like me who spends a lot of time in the water and a lot of time at the beach. But then for Wei, seeing her overcome such a big fear in something like that and doing it for the tribe and doing it for other people and genuinely overcoming that was so scary. Like I loved watching those moments of personal development from other people out there. And Jerry was really cool to watch in this season, just pushing through with his injuries and his sore foot. He had some, he had a broken, I'm pretty sure he had a broken toe, and he's standing up on some of those on those pegs for so long in the challenge that we did the other week. And it's just really cool to see people trying really hard and succeeding. And probably the other big one was Nina, watching her on that wall sit and just get that, you win that immunity necklace. Like, there's special moments for me, but then special to see other people succeed as well.
Yeah, and over Sean too, right? That was so impressive.
Yeah. So for someone like that to be in a position like that for a long time, like it's huge.
I think Chico is like stuck still. Are you moving? Chico, can
Can
you
you
hear
hear
us?
me? Can you hear
There
me?
you are. Yes, we can
Yeah,
hear
there
you.
you
Okay. There you go. So, okay. Here's the thing that really like something that I've always wanted to ask you. You were cast as part of the villains. Okay, so the first watching
Oh
it
my
was
god.
like, oh my gosh, he was he's so mean, and
Oh no.
Okay,
we
We've
it's a
saw.
lost you
little.
there again, mate.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
Okay, you know what? Hazel, ask a question. I will transfer my connection to another connection. Okay, hang in there.
Okay.
Go
Okay.
for
Let's
it.
do this. We can do this. It's there. You're moving. My gosh, you were
The
stuck for
movie
like
now.
a good 10 minutes. But anyway, you're moving now. I think you're good. We can actually see you moving, Chico. Okay, so maybe he can't hear us. But
Maybe
anyway,
can't.
so going back to it, like would you say your first experience was more enjoyable than the second one, or would you say like I'm sure they're different, right? Because the first time around, you're probably like everything is new to you and it's just so exciting. And then the second time around, you feel like, "Oh, I know how this goes. I've been here before."
Yeah.
But like is it equally good? Is it more, I don't know, nerve-wracking just because there's more pressure the second time around?
Yeah, they're definitely unique experiences, but they have the same kind of things at their core. The first time around was just so exciting because it's all new and fresh, and we were all in it together. Like none of us really knew what to expect, and so it came out there, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and then I failed just before merge. Like that's where got voted out with my two idols, and that was so heartbreaking. So the opportunity to go back was amazing, but I put a lot of pressure on myself because I didn't want to be a double pre-merger. That was like my big thing. It's like I really want to do this properly and I really want to make it through to merge. But at the same time, you understand the ins and outs of how the game works, and you do spend a lot of time just getting to challenges and getting back. Like you know what you're in for, and having that knowledge about the game helps you manage expectations and process things, and it can also help you work with some of the newbies on their way as they find their way through the game. But this time was so much more challenging. I think there was just so much more on the line for me, and I really just wanted to do well. And I got so much further than I expected, and I did it in a way that I didn't think possible. And I'm so proud of what I did. But geez, pardon me, it was so much harder. It was so much harder.
Okay, so can you hear me now? This is already
Yeah,
a
we got you
different
now.
connection. Okay, perfect. So as I was saying, and I want to talk about your evolution, at least as far as the show is concerned, like from the point of view of the people watching it. And like I was saying earlier, I found it actually so weird that you were cast as a villain because, the first part, you're kind of like playing the part, and then as after Cookie Idol Gate, and then after that, I think that was a turning point. People started to see a very different side to you. Like, we went from like, oh, Simon, you've been a bad boy, to like more of like, wait a minute, he's not so bad. And like Hazel knows this. By the time we got to the latter parts, I was already like, I want Simon to win, like, and it's so weird. Like, did you know that there was this kind of like evolution as far as maybe the viewers are concerned? Were you doing it on purpose, or because like you were infinitely like more lovable and adorable as we got to know you in the latter part, as
I
opposed
know.
to at the start of it where everyone in the villain tribe was supposed to be villainous.
I think it was such a roller coaster of a journey for me. And look, I know that I played the game like the same way through. Like what you saw at the end is probably a better representation of Simon as what you probably saw at the start. And I think that there's the game and the way that it's shown to the viewers. Like when someone's on top, you always want to see them pulled back down to earth. But then when you've got someone on the bottom, an underdog who's ready to go next, and everyone's just always going to dump the votes on Simon. Like it gives the audience someone to get behind. Like you want to see an underdog really come through and get back on top, and then that's the person you want to cheer for. And I didn't know like at the time that I would have had like that much support, and because you can only control so much, and you don't know how it's going to be edited or what the audience is going to be thinking. But I'm just like, well, wherever I am, I'm going to come in. I'm going to be positive about everything. I'm going to have a smile on my face and just try to make the best of like any situation. And I'm so grateful that that came through at the end of the end of my game. And, even though like a lot of people didn't really like me so much out there, but really wanted to get me out of there. Like I still managed to, turn up with a smile and enjoy that moment there. And I've just been so overwhelmed with how the audience and the viewers have responded. Like it's been so nice to be able to have people see the journey and my story from that angle and have that amount of support. And everyone's just been awesome. Like, the Survivor fans are so cool. So to anyone who has watched it, thank you, because it's just it's been a dream come true for me.
One thing that we talk about all the time is because we're big Survivor fans. So obviously most of the Survivor, seasons that we've watched are US Survivors.
Yes.
But then what we noticed, we were just fascinated. Why are Australian Survivor contestants so good-natured and they're just good sports? I mean, we've never seen it happen where you've been blindsided, you've been betrayed, people plotted against you, and when you're voted out, everyone's like, "You got me good, guys. Good luck. I love you all," and hugs and kisses all over. Is that an Australian thing? 'Cause it's so weird. Like everyone's so happy for everyone.
Look, it's very layered. It's very layered. And look, Australian Survivor is different from US Survivor in many ways. But I feel like the Australian culture is very much so, it's really about, there's a lot of mateship and friendship and things like that. And, it is still important to be a good sport and to be, it's great to be a good winner, but you have to be a better loser. And that's something that is always very, very respected in our culture and the way that we interact with people in Australia. And it just goes to show that some things are bigger than the game. And you know what, we get to play this game, but you still want to treat people with respect. You still want to treat people kindly. And even though you're competing against each other and you're competing for $500,000, then there's a lot on the line. You still don't want to lose sight of the bigger picture. And don't get me wrong, it's not always rainbows and butterflies. People get sad and it is hard at times. But I think that's one thing that is just so amazing about Australians in our culture is that sometimes we can just see past it and be like, you know what, this really sucks. I'm really sad right now, but well done. I'm happy that I got to where I got, and you guys, you got me. So well done.
So we just have to ask because we're talking to Simon.
Ask it.
So we have to ask about your arch nemesis, George. Okay, so you've been through so much. You've been such it's like the Batman and the Joker. It's like you're such connected to each other. But you know what? I was looking at your Instagram account and. You have pictures of you and George, and you seem like good buddies. So, what is the thing? Are you buddies? Are you friends in real life?
Yeah, look, George and I, we may in real life, we do get along, and we may not always see eye to eye, and we are still very different people. But at the end of the day, we both love Survivor so much, and we know that what happens in the game happens in the game. And I will only judge someone based on their actions and their, what they say and do outside of the game. And, I think you have to be able to distinguish those two things. That's really important. And George is, he is a nightmare to play with. He is very, very good. And there were times that he made my life a misery out there. But it was, on the, it's true. But then, on the other side, he's been really good, checking in with me and making sure that, making sure I'm doing okay in some of the tough times. And, we had, on the other weekend just gone, we had Flick's wedding together, and we're all together for that. And, it's cool that we can still, have that rivalry, that really raw rivalry, but then on the other side, still appreciate, each other for who we are, knowing that, some things are bigger than this game. And he is a lot of fun.
I wish there was a compilation of all the times that you
moments.
said, "I'm the King Slayer."
Oh yeah. Well,
then it never.
I know. I never called myself Kingslayer, I always said I really want the title, or I really want to get the title of Kingslayer. And then I think on the one time that I really thought I got it, I'm like Kingslayer, I'm holding it up. So yeah, it was it would have been a nice little feather in my cap if I had got him. But the cream always rises to the top, and he got me.
You know what? My fantasy season of Survivor is like US versus Australia, like all stars.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Would you be down to like do that in the future
Oh
if it ever
yeah,
happens?
that would be special for everyone. And I think that there's been a lot of chatter like that I've kind of heard, not from anyone official or anything like that, from players and fans really getting around the idea of it, which is really cool, and doing like a US versus Australia versus South Africa, or a Worlds Collide or something like that. And it would be amazing to see and to be a part of. I mean, geez, I'd be honored. But because we have such a big list of very successful and entertaining Survivor players in Australia, like it'd be huge to even be considered for that. And like if I was, like, yeah, you'd do it in a heartbeat, because that would be epic. And I'd love to see how the different dynamics of American versus Australian culture, and how they what works and how they kind of clash heads and stuff like that. And it'd be really, really fun.
And we would be rooting for you.
Oh, thank you.
As always. But who are your closest mates from this season? Like the ones who you still get in touch with on a regular basis, way after you've done your season. Who are the ones who you're actually close to? Because of course, during the show you're on different tribes and you change alliances. But in real life, who are your castmates who are your real life friends?
Yeah, probably the person I'm probably closest with is Haley. She is amazing. Like she always had my back out there. And there were times when I had to be careful when, Haley was working with George. So, Haley would always, she'd always be coming to me with information, but there were times that we couldn't be seen together. So we had to make sure we're avoiding each other. But I always knew that she had my back out there, and I had hers. So I've got Haley's wedding next weekend as well. So it's kind of, it's a lot of fun. It's been crazy. And then Sean I get along with really well. And Stevie was my ride or die at the start of that game. And yeah, I've got a lot of time for him. So he's just one very good egg. Great human.
So, it's funny because, we're left with what we saw on television, and, with that thing that happened with Stevie, where it's like, I'm so disappointed in you, Simon.
Yeah, that was.
But, it's nice to know. It's nice to know that you guys are actually, like you said, that was the game. That was very different. That was for television. And this is real life. It's different. And that's so cool.
Yeah, Stevie's awesome. And we after that whole, play your idol for Stevie, and then I was getting blackmailed at the same time. Like that was a really crazy moment. But I feel like I patched things up with Stevie. Like I really think that after that happened, I spent the next couple of days before tribe swap and everything, getting to, making sure that he understood exactly what had happened there. And I think it was only really relevant for the story at the time that Stevie had made sure he patched things up, and the audience to see that Stevie patched things up with Shonny and Liz, because that's when they obviously got paired. He got paired together with Shonny from there. But if I had not have patched things up with Stevie, I don't think I would have been able to send him the Destiny message. And that was incredible that almost worked and got through to him, because when I can't pull, Stevie's on the other tribe. I don't have time to explain to him what else is going on. But, I was able to use his Destiny symbol back to him to communicate information to maybe work with the heroes. And like I said to Stevie, I'm like, look, mate, at the end of the day, just do whatever you have to do to get through to the next stage of the game. Like we can link up after merge. I know that Stevie really wanted to work with Sean and Sam, and that would have been really cool to be able to come together with them. But unfortunately, it just it wasn't meant to be for him, and yeah, it breaks my little heart.
So for like fans of Simon, like Simon the human being, not Simon the survivor castaway. What have you been busy with post Survivor?
Yeah.
Have you been like your little projects here and there? What are you doing as Simon the citizen?
Yeah, so I'm a carpenter in the real world, and I did 10 years in marketing and advertising before I started
Oh,
my carpentry apprenticeship. So I'm actually three years out of 4 years through my carpentry apprenticeship, which has been really good. So I've been enjoying that, and then after everything's finished, it's been like a nice chance to pump the brakes and spend some time at home, finish off some renovations around the place, and spend some time with my wife. We've got some holidays coming up this year, so we're looking forward to getting over to Europe, which will be a bit of fun. But outside of that, it's just really trying to make the most of some quiet time, because this has been one crazy roller coaster in survival with like so much. It's like just but it's a really selfish experience, like what you go through, where it's like, you get to go out there and play, and then when you're on TV, like it all seems to be about you. So I need to spend a lot of time investing in my friends and my family, and like the people around me who've been so supportive over that time. So I'm looking forward to, I took a lot. I'm looking forward to giving back to those people around me over the next little bit, which is going to be really nice.
you should visit
Speaking
the
of
Philippines.
holidays, have you ever holidayed in the Philippines?
Yeah.
I really want to go diving. Like, it's on my list to go diving over there. I hear the diving is
Yes.
incredible.
Chico is a
the
certified.
No way.
Yes,
Oh, this
yes.
is meant to be.
Oh,
I need
we've
to
got
take it.
amazing diving
You have the
spots here.
the kelp forests.
Well, we don't. We're more like a coral reef. Actually, very similar to Australia. We have mostly reefs, not so much kelp forests. Because isn't that usually with like cold climates? But we've got like amazing. You can see like whale sharks and like
Yeah, wow.
a barracuda and like name it. We've got awesome diving sites in the Philippines. So
Yeah,
you should. Yeah, after Europe,
it's
you should
definitely
start planning stuff for the Philippines.
it's definitely on my list. Like, I've dived, I've dived in like South and Central America. That was really cool. On the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, and just looking at other places to go around the world. And the Philippines is on the list.
I've actually been.
Chico, we're waiting for your villa. Hurry up.
Yes, I actually went very close to Samoa and Australia. We went diving in Fiji, and
Oh,
we went
nice.
diving with the bull sharks, with those gigantic bull sharks. Yeah, we did
Yeah.
with the tribal chiefs, protecting us. So
Wow.
it's amazing. It's one of the things that we make sure to do when we travel. But
Yeah, cool.
one thing that's super interesting is that I see that you're coming out with merch, right? Like your snuffed caps, and there you go.
love
Yeah.
And it's they can get it, right? If they want to buy their own snuffed caps.
Yeah. So I've got them. The demand has been incredible. Like, I can't believe how many people have wanted to get their hands on them. But I've got one more release coming. So if this goes to air Monday, we've got one more release coming, and I'm going to set up tracking to the Philippines. So I'll work out like how I can get the cheapest like international shipping. But if anyone wants one, you can get them at www.snuffed, SNUFFD. There's no apostrophe in that. But
Yes.
SNUFFD.com.au, and I'll have some up shortly.
You really should have. I would definitely buy one immediately in black if you have it. A fake idol shirt.
The cookie idol.
You should have like a cookie idol. I'm on board. If you have like a cookie shirt, I am on board. Or a Kingslayer shirt.
Oh, Kingslayer. No, I can't. You can't call me the Kingslayer because I never slayed the king. No, I'll have the cookie, and then I'll have like no paperwork, no worries.
Yes. why don't you like take this? So many, you have so many fans. I'm telling you, in the Philippines, even just on our show. So I can just
That's
imagine
awesome.
what more with the general public, in the Philippines. Why don't you like address them, talk to them? Like, is there something you'd like to say to them? I'm pretty sure they'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, to all the rushers over there, I just want to say a huge thank you because I've seen so many messages from you on Instagram, and I try to respond to everyone just to say thank you. But thank you for getting behind Australian Survivor. Thank you for getting behind me. I really appreciate it. I hope I can just share the love, and I'd love to come visit one day.
That
Oh
would
my
be
gosh.
amazing.
Yeah, that would be
That would be,
so
and
cool.
imagine
So
if you
I
actually,
have. Oh, I was gonna
yeah,
say I have a question for you because we've got the finale, like that's
yes.
happening. Who do you think wins from here?
Okay, because
I
that's a
want to,
difficult question. Is it who do we think will win or who
or who
do
do
we
we
want
want
to
to
win?
win?
Both, and hit me with both.
Okay, well, I want to win. I want George to win just because I do feel like, he's worked so hard this whole
He
time.
has.
Um, but I am finding it like I am losing hope just because I'm having a hard time seeing like a good route for him to make it to the end, right? But I think Matt might win. I don't know. That's just my hunch. Maybe Matt,
Yeah,
but I'm
good.
rooting for George.
That's good.
Me
Chico,
too.
who do you
It's
think?
very similar. Yeah, it's very similar. I want George to win only because he's worked so hard for it and he's really good at it. But I don't think anyone will take him if he doesn't win immunity. So um, I think it's going to be either Matt or Liz, whoever makes it to the top two. So yeah, very similar to
Good.
Hazel's call.
Some good predictions there. Yeah, it's going to be exciting either way, and I can't wait to see it all go down. I think it really will depend on who can make it to the end there, and what the final pitch is, and what whoever how they say it and how they communicate to the jury. So this is my first time on the jury. I'm excited to see how it all goes down, and yeah, we will announce the winner very shortly.
Whew,
You
we're
know,
so
you
excited.
have no idea how happy we are that you joined us. You're actually the second Survivor contestant that we've guested on the show. We've actually
Oh, so
guested
cool.
Spencer. Uh,
Yeah, nice.
yeah, Spencer from Cambodia and Cagayan.
Cagayan.
Yeah,
Yep,
Mhm.
so
Cagayan.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, so we're so happy. I guess our list of our favorite Survivor contestants is growing, and thank you so much for joining us. And this was like we were just talking about this. This was like a pipe dream for us. What if we just
Mm.
message, Simon and ask him if he guessed, and here you are. So thank you so much for
Thank you,
sharing your
Simon. And
precious time.
Oh,
for
you're
those
so welcome.
listening, can you please tell them how they can check you out? Like, I know you have a Cameo account. So for those who
Oh
want a
yeah.
Yes.
personal shout out from Simon himself.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So look, and thank you again for all the love and support. And I will, if you send us a message, I will try to get back to you. But yeah, follow me on Instagram. That's probably where I'm most active. I'm at simon.me, MEE89. I have been doing a little bit of tweeting throughout the season, but after it's all over, it'll be pretty quiet there. And yeah, keep an eye out for on my Instagram. I'll be talking about the hopefully getting another run of the snuffed hats out. So they're available at www.snuffd.com.au.
All right,
Awesome. Thank
so
you so much, Simon.
I know,
Thank
and
you, Hazel, Chico, and to all the rushers. It's been awesome. Thank you very much for having me.
so hopefully, this is just the first, and we can have you back at some future time, or even better, who knows? You might be visiting the Philippines, and if you need hosts for your meet and greet, we're here. We're offering our services.
Yeah, I might have to drop by the studio, and then we can actually take you driving in person. How does
Exactly.
that sound?
That would be so
That's awesome.
dope.
That would be amazing. But thank you,
All right, thank
Simon.
you,
Thank you for
Simon.
joining
You're
us.
welcome.
Okay,
Enjoy the finale.
we will. And we're back. Oh my gosh, that was so
I
much fun
cannot.
talking to Simon. Okay. Mm.
Ay,
So, and that was how I gained my entry into Thruppledom.
kaya nakita mo, bigla ako napadagat, napa-beach. Kasi nga parang seeing Simon, I wanted some sand and some surf and just, parang feel that he's here with me in Boracay.
But can we again, thank you so much to Simon for,
I know.
that was such an awesome interview. He was so open and like
Super.
he was just willing to answer like all our survivor related questions. And have you seen last night's episode, Chico?
Yes. Yeah.
Were you as nervous as I was? When I tell you I was so nervous for Simon, I was like, oh my god,
I know. That was a killer. But like you were saying, honestly, like we talk about this a lot. We always get scared when we guess somebody who we really, 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 really love. Kasi parang, di ba, yung the saying, di
no.
ba,
Ano mo ka
na God
love?
is your idol. Hindi, as a celeb. Ito talaga, nakaka-star. Hindi, pero gets, di ba, parang like, usually parang, you have an expectation. Sometimes they meet the expectation. Sometimes they fall a little short. With Simon, lagpas pa. Like, I cannot even relate to you how friendly he was. Like, even
Yeah.
before we started recording, ganyan na siya. Yung parang like, he had this big smile on his face. You know how he is in Survivor? I guess that's why we kind of like, parang nag-melt yung inis natin sa kanya, di ba? Kasi nga napaka-villainous niya nung start. It's that, tama yung sinabi niya, he always shows up with a smile. Yung parang that good-naturedness na dinidisplay niya. Parang, he's like that, even off-cam. Talagang he's super friendly.
I know. So, hello, if you're watching, Simon. We loved talking to you. We loved having you on the show, and so did all the rushers. And we truly hope that one day when you go on vacation in the Philippines, you can visit the booth and we can interview you live. And maybe, Chico can offer you free accommodations in Palau.
Even in QC, if he wants.
Oh my god.
Eastwood, free everything. Free load, free rubber shoes. Pati shopping, Simon. Pati shopping. Sagot ko.
Yeah, so a lot of the rushers are commenting. Hope you can guess more people from Australian Survivor. We hope so too. And yeah, we really love talking to Simon, and we hope we can do that again in person.
And we love Simon, period. So,
I have to say, because a lot of people are saying, "Oh, Hazel's such a good friend, just letting Chico go." Of course, no, and also because, um, Chico was the first one to root for Simon, like before I even did, because I was team like Spice Girls the whole time. I was rooting for George and Shawnee and Liz, and it took me a while to warm up to Simon, but then I was like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, he is adorable," and even more
he is.
after talking to him when we interviewed him. Yeah, I'm fully on board.
Kumbaga, una kong na-fall.
That's true. That is not a lie.
Tsaka
That is true.
we have to tell them talaga, we have to tell them how good of a wingman you are. Ha? So, after we stopped recording, sabi ko parang, let's have a picture together. In my head, yung kaming tatlo, ganyan, picture. So, nag-picture na kami, na tatlo kami. Because sabi ni Hazel, oh, okay, wait, no, you two have a picture, just the two of you.
Diba? Oh, we have to show them the photo of just the two of you.
Hello, syempre ipopost ko. Ipopost ko yan. Talagang
I literally
nakalabas
exited
pa
the
yun.
frame. I was like,
Yes.
please remove self. Let's have a photo together. Okay? Oh,
So
na.
it was such a good experience. I mean,
Yes.
promise. I mean, like, it's so nice when your expectations are met and exceeded. And they just turn out to be super, super nice. So, wala
I know.
lang. He's really just so nice.
So check him out. If you're curious, you want to follow him on Instagram in case you missed that. It's at simon.mee89. That's his Instagram. You guys can check him out. And yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that interview. And that's about it for the morning rush. It's already already. It's already 9. It's already 9:53. So let's wrap it up. Thanks for joining us. Tomorrow we will be back. It might be
Hopefully. Hopefully.
It might be.
Message mo na. Alamin mo kung papasok ko yun.
We'll figure it out. Yes, we'll find out. But thank you for joining us, you guys. And we will be back tomorrow. Thanks, Chico. Enjoy the rest of your vacay.
Thank you.
That's
Bye-bye.
it for us on Facebook Live, and that's it for us on the show. Stick around for more here on The Monster. We'll leave you with something from John Mayer because this was exactly what we felt over the weekend after doing that interview with Simon. Love on the weekend. Only here on Manila's hottest Monster RX 93.1. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.